Hannah and I met in high school. When we were 15, we started dating and have been together since.
Our relationship has always been so fun, especially since we are high school sweethearts.
We just were best friends before we even really started dating, and that never stopped.
I was diagnosed at birth with bicuspid aortic stenosis, which is the narrowing of the aortic valve. We always had known that eventually my aortic valve would have to be replaced. But other than that, it didn't affect me too much. I feel like I had such a normal childhood. In the aspect of having a child and having a family, that was always on the back of my mind because I was always told that once you get your valve replacement, it can become very hard or impossible to have children.
It was always in the back of my head, knowing that she has this and anything could happen.
We saw 2 different cardiologists and both of them felt that it was safe for me to get pregnant. We got pregnant within the first 3 months, which was really exciting. At 4 weeks pregnant, I got the really hard news from my cardiologist that my echo looked very severe, that my heart and valve were not doing great. And then all of a sudden we were in a situation where it could potentially be life-threatening to me or baby or both of us. And he did advise us that it might be the better option to terminate the pregnancy. We really were passionate about having a family, so we decided to get some second opinions and maybe looking at different options. And ultimately, we were able to find a team that felt comfortable enough to get me to at least a certain part of the pregnancy that they felt it could be safe to deliver. As the pregnancy progressed, I really started to become really tired. I was about 37 weeks. I called my cardiologist, and she had decided it would be a good time to induce and go into delivery. I had to kind of juggle the idea of like, okay, I'm about to deliver a baby, but also is my heart okay?
The first night was very difficult. Hannah's blood pressure was extremely low. That was a very scary night, and it's supposed to be so exciting, and they did eventually get it stable. Seeing Veda be born was amazing.
After I had Veda, the first couple days were okay, just kind of adjusting to new parent life. But then as the weeks progressed, I really started to notice my symptoms getting progressively worse. I was continually in touch with my cardiologist. She said, okay, I think it's time you need to come in and you're getting your valve replaced. Leaving her after a month and not being able to be there with her or my husband was just really hard. This was in the midst of COVID, so I had to go in there by myself.
I was driving down to Ann Arbor. Some nurse would bring out the breast milk that she had pumped for the day. It was terrifying because I obviously couldn't see Hannah. All we could do is talk on the phone.
By the time I got home, it was just another thing that I had to deal with now I can't even hold my baby because I just had open heart surgery. And it was just like heartbreaking to not be able to be there for her in that way.
It was just what we were going through. We had to do it. We have Veda and we're going to take care of her. I love both of them, so I was going to do whatever I needed.
I really just never felt like I recovered from that first surgery. And so I kind of started getting in my head of, do I have anxiety or is something still wrong? But nothing can be wrong because I just had it replaced. So that was really hard for me to distinguish. It's hard to feel like you can keep going back to the doctor. Like, when do I start sounding crazy? I just really started to feel like I needed to self-advocate. They ended up finding out that the bioprosthetic aortic valve that they had replaced had already deteriorated and needed to be replaced again just after 2 years. Since my second surgery, I feel like a whole new person. I feel like I'm getting my life back. I didn't make it the first 2 years the first time. Now I'm 3 years out from the second one. It just feels like such a weight lifted off of me.
It has been a long road. Hannah was a warrior through all of it and still is. She is a great mom, a fun mom, a great wife.
I didn't know if I would be able to have those memories with her. Now just being able to just have fun with her, play with her, talk to her, I feel like she was my strength while I was pregnant and my motivation for my first surgery and then my strength again for my second one. As the years go on, I don't notice it as much and I don't think about it as much, and it's so liberating to me. I can really just live life to the fullest.